Welcome back to Crochet by KJ. I'm your host, KJ. Today I wanted to talk to you about Herrschners Pastry Puff Yarn. A lot of people on Facebook have been talking about this yarn, but not a lot of people have seemed to purchase it at this time. So I have, and I wanted to show you some examples. If you don't know what Herrschners is a catalog website where you can buy all sorts of crafting, stitching, cross-stitching, embroidery, yarn, kits. They offer jigsaw puzzles and lots of different supplies. It's a pretty cool crafting website. One of my favorites. I've always had a lot of success with them. They carry every single color of Red Heart. And no, this is not sponsored by them. I'm just a fan. I've only got 5 subscribers, so people aren't really, interested in what I'm doing as far as that goes, right? And if you hear something in the background, it's my cat, my old lady. She's messing around. Anyway, so Herrschners is pretty cool. They have this new line with the carrot cake being all, everybody's excited about the carrot cake and the sweet rolls and the big cakes, and then you got the mandala yarn from Walmart. Herrschners came up with Pastry Puff, but they did something a little bit different. They decided to use holiday colors, which I was super excited for. So when you look at the Pastry Puff yarn here, they have lots of different ones. They have some lighter colors here, pastry petites. They have some just really kind of pretty colorways there, and then the holiday puffs. The holiday puffs came in 10 different colors. I purchased 5. I'm going to show them to you, and I'm going to show you how they worked up and give you some of the details on that. Okay, so the 5 that I purchased were the traditional, the peppermint, the Christmas, cool Christmas, modern, and Halle Berry. All right. So just take a quick look. Let me scan in for you, or whatever, go in for you. This is traditional Christmas. Sorry about that. It's a really just a moderate red, regular old red, and a nice spring green. It's in a cream. It's very much a traditional Christmas. Okay. This is Halle Berry. Much darker version. You have darker reds, a deeper emerald green with a sage, a deeper red, almost a burgundy to a claret there. Again, that emerald and jade and sage in there. Very pretty. This one's my favorite, I have to say. Modern's fun. Modern is that cool twist that reminds me of Art Deco. You have the bright red, light sky blues into this great turquoise and creams. They do have a good ribbing. I don't know if you can see that in there. You can see the colorway even kind of plays through the cream colors as well. And then the 4th one that I have on hand is Cool Christmas. Cool Christmas solid blues. And you guys know I love blues. So you've got this pretty just royal into this. It's not really a sky blue, it's almost a gray sky blue. This off cream, a real dark navy, and into a sea. Just pretty. Okay. These yarns are a 4, so in thickness it's a 4 medium. It is 70% acrylic, 30% wool. These don't wash. They have to be hand washed and laid out to dry. There are about 228 yards in here, with compared to a mandala cake. A mandala cake has, let me just, 590 yards, so less than half of that. Crochet, they're saying an H hook. I use an I hook. Definitely hand washed though. And to compare them to carrot cakes have 383 yards. So they are definitely smaller than both. I needed 6 to work up a pretty moderately sized. I think it was maybe a it was a rectangle. So 3x4 modern granny square in the peppermint took all 6 skeins. So you do use it fast. Let me show you how it works up. Here's a 5-point star I made. Double crochet pretty much all the way around. You can see the color transitions are very smooth. I am a right-hand crocheter, so start here and then working our way around. It moves from that grayish light blue into a really pretty aqua, and then to a really deep turquoise, and then red, and then it transitions back out. You can see the transitions here are not clean colors. You can see both here, you get some purple going from that blue to the red. You've got some, it's almost like a gray blue moving into the blue, and the red fades into the white. But even when you have the cream, it's not true cream. As you can see that you've got red and you've got some flecks of blue all the way through there, almost like a tweeting. Up here is a very good example where you can see some of that color bleed and some of that tweeting. It doesn't make it look poor or anything like that. It's still rather beautiful. This yarn works up very quick. It's very slick. It reminds me of Caron Cake Simply Soft, where it's got a little bit of that sheen to it, and really just very smooth on the hook. Another project that I've had in the works for a while, and you can see I haven't gotten very far on it. I just wanted to see how this would work up. And you can see here I've been working on, I was just doing a simple mini corner to corner, and you can see the red here. Let me zoom in a little bit more for you on that. Whoops, wrong way. You can see that the red here definitely has a lot of the pink strewn through it, or the cream has a lot of the pink strewn through it. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at these. You're probably not going to get a super clear white or cream in these colorways that I have found. But again, a nice sheen, it works quick, very smooth on the hook, and I like it. The one thing that I don't care for with this yarn, it's my one complaint on this yarn, is it has an odor. Now, wool smells, I understand. This isn't that. It's, I don't know what they treated it with the coloring or whatnot, but it does have an odor. And I have found that my completed work, I store my completed work in tubs to be sold. My completed work in the pastry puff has to be stored separately from my other yarns, my other completed works, because the odor does permeate and transfer to those items. Now, with that said, as far as storage goes, it's with my other yarn and it's open air and whatnot, and you don't notice it. But even sitting here talking about it, yeah, it just has this odd odor. So if you are affected by smells, or you think that's weird too, you might want to take that into consideration as you buy. Price, I believe it's $4.99 a ball. And because I threw the catalog on the floor when I was moving around, let me just double check that before I... If you want one of these catalogs, you should go online and request them. It's such great ideas. So many pretty colors out there. Yeah, $4.99 a cake. Okay. And they do often have kits. So like they're saying, hey, get this one and we'll send you the entire kit. An Afghan kit for 40 bucks. And they're including... They don't say how many skeins they're going to send you. Just that you get to pick a color and they'll send you the pattern and whatnot. Okay. Alright, so that's my review on Herrschners Pastry Puff. I love the yarn. I wish it didn't smell. That's kind of how it goes. I love the yarn. I wish it didn't smell. Let me show you what's on my hook this week. I am working a terrific pattern by Amy B. Stitched. If you haven't found Amy B. Stitched on Ravelry, get on there, okay? She's fantastic, and she has some just really innovative ideas. I started with her paw prints, scarves, and hats, and I love them. And Amy B. Stitched, and then another gentleman by the name of Doug Speakert. I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm very sorry if I do. Speakert. They created then together, they collaborated, or Doug expanded upon her design and made this over the rainbow paw prints, meandering paw prints over the rainbow bridge. And so you can make it as big as you want, and you can make it with whatever colors you want. I printed it in black and white. If I printed it in colored, you would see that this is rainbow. And obviously you would make it in memorial to some pets that you lost. I am a cat lover. I have 5. I love cats. And so this one is, I'm especially fond of this pattern. My good friend is also a lover of animals, and her birthday's coming up in February. So this is her gift. She knows it. And so I don't feel bad telling you. And she picked out, or I suggested, this lovely yarn. I'm using Caron Cakes in Blackberry Mousse, and this is what we have done so far. It's pretty. This is a really nice yarn. You can see the paw print. Just let me zoom out just a little bit. You can see the paw print moves across. I've made it fairly big. It should fit a full-size bed by the time I'm done. I'm planning on using about 9 skeins. But this colorway is real nice. It goes from this pretty almost Merlot to a raspberry to this brown, and the brown has the flecks of pink in it, to this fun purple, and then this dusky purple in back. Just a really pretty color. It's a fun pattern. It's not difficult. You do have to count every now and again. I keep having to pull out actually this row of double crochet because I have one too many or one not enough, and usually it's one too many, and I don't find out until this row when I'm counting and whatnot. So it's basic, but you do have to pay attention. But it is all double crochet, single crochet, so it is a good, if you're new to crocheting and you know, you can handle a single, a double, and you can count, you can definitely handle this pattern. So a lot of fun. That's what's on my hook this week. Next week, I think I'm going to do a video called What's Your Work in Progress? How many of you have several works in progress? I do. I have a bag full. Several bags full. No, not several. 2. 2 is not several. 2 bags full of works in progress. I get on a kick and I get going, and then something slows me down or something distracts me, especially if it's a personal project and it's not a paid project or a commissioned project. So I'm going to be talking about that next week and what motivators we can use to move on and clean out some of those works in progress and get them finished. Hope you all have a wonderful Dr. King weekend. Nice long weekend for us teachers. Some of us need it already. And happy Crochet Day. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.